this is something you said to me, and I mean, first of all, we're gonna like talk about, do you remember this? Like, do you
Uh,
remember saying this to me? But it really stuck with me a lot. So we were driving in Rhode Island, going to get
mhm.
lunch. I was your feature act at the Comedy Zone that they had in Rhode Island. I don't think it's there
Right.
anymore, but
In work, wasn't it? Wasn't it? It was a movie
movie theater.
theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I actually thought was the coolest idea, and I wondered
Yeah.
why there wasn't more of that. So like for people who don't know, like there was a one of the, there's like those movie theaters where there's a bunch of different screening
Right.
rooms. One of the screening rooms they made a comedy club, and the rest was just a regular movie theater. And as a comic, when you got to perform there, it was really neat because one of the perks you got was you could go see movies as much as you wanted the entire
Right.
weekend. I
Right.
just thought it
You
was
get to
such a
see free
smart
movies.
idea.
What more do you want? Come on.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I just thought it was such a cool idea, and I'm surprised there wasn't more of that. There's actually
Right.
one of my favorite venues right now, one of my favorite indie venues that's out there right now is this place called the Screening Room in Tucson. And it's like they
Hmm.
do a lot of comedy, and it's also an independent movie theater. So last time I played
Fantastic.
there, oh, it was great because last time I played there, I screened my pilot. Like my pilot, I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I reached out to a couple buyers, but I just did like 45 minutes of stand up, and then I played my 12-minute pilot, and then I decided, okay, I got to figure out what to do with this thing. If no one's going to
Right.
buy it, I just got to put it out online and see if someone buys it after that, whatever. And then I ended up dropping it, just releasing it online like a month or so later.
Right.
But so anyway, what you said to me, you said we were just talking about traveling and talking about life, and we were like going to find a place to eat, and you said, man, the best year of my life is next year.
Yes.
Do you remember saying that? I'm sure I'm not the only person you said that to, but do you remember like that
I still say
sentiment?
it.
You
I
still
still
say
say
it?
it today. I'm 70 years old. The best year of my life will be next year. I mean, I've
Yeah.
always believed that. I mean, I always, especially as we get older, and I believe I'm in that category. Is I think the saddest thing I ever hear, and I've always said this, the saddest thing I ever hear is somebody go, the best year of my life. And you go, when? And they go, well, when I was like, 16 and I was, on the baseball team and I was the star quarterback or whatever else. And that was the, and I'm thinking, man, you're like, you haven't done anything for 50 years. That was the best year of your life when you were 18 or when you were 21. Those were the best years of your life. Oh my God, how sad is that? I think the best year of your life should always be next year. That's the best year of my life. And I've had a lot of really great years. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I have led. I tell people I've led a magical life. I mean, I've been allowed to do things that, honestly, when I started performing as a 13-year-old, never believed would ever be possible. And I've gotten to do them, and it's like and it's been fantastic. But I still think next year's going to be better.
No, that's awesome, man. And yeah, when you said that to me, it really stuck with me. And it really I didn't necessarily when it really stuck with me was during the pandemic. Like I remembered
Mm-hmm.
you saying that to me on the road, and like I didn't necessarily that message wasn't so important to me in the literal sense during that moment. Like I
Right?
doubt like if someone asked me, "Oh, what was the best year of your life?" I doubt I'm going to pick 2020 or 2021. In fact, I can promise you I wouldn't. I don't think many people would. But I was still kind of thinking, "All right, well, how can I try to do everything in my power to make lemonade out of lemons? And how can I kind of use this situation that is so undesirable for all of us, to the absolute best of my ability?" And, I kind of heard you in my head saying that, like, the best year of my life is next year. Um, so, it kind of helped me get through the pandemic in a lot of ways.
Well, I think the pandemic helped a lot of us. I believe if you took the time, the pandemic was actually a very positive thing for what it gave us. For what it gave me was basically a year and a half to consider my life and what I wanted to do next. And I knew that I was getting close to retirement because I think, I mean, I could continue to do this probably as long as I want. The question is whether I want to, and why do I want to? I mean, if I'm just doing this because it's what I've always done, then it's time to stop. If I'm only doing this because I'm addicted to the laughter or whatever, then it's time to stop. And I want to quit. I always said I want to stop this while I still love it. I never wanted to be that bitter guy, like I should have had whatever. Because I had everything I could have ever asked for and more. So I wanted to quit or to retire when I still loved it and when I felt like I was doing the best shows of my life, which I feel I am now. And when I was a young man, Jim Brown was one of my heroes, and I always thought it was great that Jim Brown quit at the top of his career and went off and did something else. So I'm quitting at what I think is the top of my career, and I'm going to go off and do something else. It's time for a change. Life is about change. It's about that, I mean, I just can't imagine. I've done this a really long time.